Good evening, everybody. Gods. I should have gotten this game sooner. Is what I would be saying if I didn't have it on the Switch already. So, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. I've played this game. Played it when, it first came out on PC. Back when I was in high school. Got it on the Switch. Played it about 70-ish% through. Kind of died off. Stopped using my Switch. Still have it. I just don't use it as often. I had a friend playing this on PlayStation. Tried share playing with me, but you know how that works. Connection was really crappy and I couldn't connect. And so, yesterday if you will, I finally cracked. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm getting this game. For those of you who haven't been around for the last 4 to 5 years, who have never heard of this game whatsoever, this is Hollow Knight, hence the title card. This game is basically a Metroidvania roguelike, Dark Souls-esque type of thing. And I use the term Dark Souls-esque very, very, very sparingly. It's actually a really fun game. A little challenging at first. For the people who play it on PC, Team Cherry even did say, yo, guys, it's meant to be played with a controller. So if you got a controller, use it. Now, this game's been out long enough to have 4 expansions, as you can see in the bottom left corner there. All 4 of those expansions are free. Every expansion that this game has had is free. Currently, there is a second game still going through development, where instead of playing as the Vessel, as they call him, in the first game, this one, you play as Hornet. It's technically another Vessel, but you don't know that unless you dig through the lore and you find out. So, that's enough introduction, bullshit, fun stuff. It is currently 2:13 in the morning. My eyes hurt. I'd been doing errands and shit all day. And on top of all that, tomorrow is going to be another busy fucking day. But for tonight, I'm gonna sit back. I'm probably gonna crack open the case of monsters that came for me in the mail today. So I got something I can sip on while playing this. I know I'm not that big of a YouTuber, but hey, Monster, if you ever feel like, ever want to sponsor me, hit me up, brother. That said, I'm actually going to go ahead and crack the box open. Y'all probably can't hear me cutting the tape or anything, but I'm not joking. I do have a 24 box of Monster Energy drinks right here. And I always get one of these things, once a month. It can be in the middle of the month, could be at the late end of the month. It all depends. Oh, what I wish for them to stop putting the damn thing in there upside down. It's harder to pull the damn thing out when they pack it upside down. So, you might actually hear me grunting a bit, trying to get this box out. Oh, fuck, that's heavy. got energy drinks. That's great. To an extent. Now, originally, I should not be drinking these things this late. You know? A lot of people will say, oh, how can you drink an energy drink? They're so bad for you. Well, first off, I don't care. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life to avoid being killed. And being a type 1 diabetic, that's saying a lot. So, here's to a good day. And for, you know, veteran channel viewers, you know, people have been here a long time and are questioning why I don't use my face cam anymore. Don't worry, I will try to use that thing again. It's just been a while. I need to set up a adequate angle for recording. You know, currently I have the PlayStation camera hooked up. It's on top of my TV. The only problem is it is just pointed straight down at my bed, and the last thing I need is to have that just right there, you know, sitting at my bed, nowhere else. Normally I would be like, oh, it's no big deal, it's just, you know, just my bed in the background. Well, it is kind of a big deal, because typically when I'm playing games, I am laying in bed. With how shit has been treating me within the last couple of months, the only free time I get to play games is either early-esque in the morning or late as fuck at night, like right now. So, I went with my typical late-ass gaming session, because at this hour, either I'm the only one awake and nobody can bitch me out, or my stepmother, God bless her soul, whatever the fuck is left of it, and her insomnia, she's up, so she's out throughout the entire house trying to, you know, make it look nicer. You know, that shit happens. You know, you move into a house in the middle of last year, late middle of last year, so like around, I'd like to say October-ish? And, you know, the neighborhood still has construction running through it, so there's a lot of problems, a lot of noise. The biggest problem that we are facing as of right now, and please for the love of God comment and help me here, we have a serious ant problem. Now, I've had a track record of keeping food in my room in the past. Hell, I still have food in my room right now. However, it is fully sealed, so unless I was to cut a bag open or something, it is sealed. There is nothing to attract these fuckers. Secondly, I already know for a fact that, one, they are not sugar ants, nor are they fire ants. One, sugar ants typically keep a very small, almost 3 to 5 centimeter in length. You know, they're small. And also, they don't typically bite. They really can't. These little fuckers range from 7 to even 10 centimeters in length, have bit, and they're fucking everywhere. They're in every room. They're pouring out of any electrical outlets in the kitchen. They're just fucking annoying. So, I mean, if anyone's got, like, any, like, homemade traps, and for the love of God, don't say borax and sugar water. I've already brought that up. And unfortunately, we have dogs. And these dogs don't know the difference between food and do not eat this. They are stupid. My dogs are fucking stupid. Just like most of them. So, the sugar water borax poisoning, that is thrown off the table. And the stepmother, being the weird ass that she is, went directly to www.karensknoweverything.gov and was like, oh, I can just use essential oils to, like, mark off areas that they don't want to go to. No! Mixing the oils that she's mixing, which is a lot, is attracting them. We don't have the right bug spray to go around the entire house yet. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. But currently, we can pin the blame on a few things, really. One, it's been warming up in Texas a lot as of the last few months. Well, weeks, really. So, there's been a lot more insects around the house. Back when they first moved in, it was crickets. Crickets were everywhere. In the house, outside the house, everywhere. When I came in, it was wolf spiders. And, you know, I don't mind them. They're helpful. They are a wandering breed. They don't bite humans unless provoked. You know, they're actually just really chill little fucking spiders. Even the big ones are chill. They will refuse to bite you. They'll crawl on you. But as long as you keep your cool, they won't bite. Normally people, whenever I tell them that, they're like, nah man, every spider bites, you're pulling that out of your ass. I'm like, not entirely. See, a wolf spider, it will only bite if it has a reason to. And on top of all of that, most of the time a wolf spider doesn't really have a reason to bite. Ever. Unless, again, you piss it off and, you know, you're trying to, like, forcefully pick it up and piss it off. At that case, I will berate you and tell you you're a fucking dumbass. And it's funny. I've been sitting in my bed for the last 3 hours. Roughly 3 hours. Not a single ant in sight. As I'm describing wolf spiders, 3 of them appear randomly on my bed. One of them starting to get on my arm, and immediately I'm like, great, there's one. There's probably like 3 or 4 on the bed right now searching around for something. They can search all they want. They ain't gonna find nothing but death. And yeah, I know, killing these things right now without a pesticide or something is probably a bad idea. You know, ants let out a pheromone alerting any nearby ants that, you know, please remove me from this area when they get killed. So originally I was seeing that as kill the ants, the others will get the pheromone and go, okay, let's not go here. Because I've killed well over 50 in my room right now. And I will continue to kill them. They need to die. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is I literally had to run a microwave outside of the house today. Because they had gone into it. And I mean, they were in that damn microwave. It wasn't just, you know, a couple ants got inside and we left the door open or something. No, they crawled into the ventilation holes on the side. They were basically making a small nest inside of the fucking microwave. So my dad had to pull it off the wall. It was a, you know, replaceable microwave, you know, buy one like $30, $40 at Walmart, no big deal. And as he was holding it, he hands it to me, and I'm just like, well, fuck, somebody go open the front door so I can get this bitch outside quick. They didn't really open that damn door quickly. It took a while, and, you know, a few ants got on me, a few ants got on my dad, no big deal. But, again, if any of you have ways of killing ants, like getting them out of an area, and, you know, it might even be the construction, you know. There's a lot of construction coming behind our house, so, you know, they can probably take it as a disturbance in the ground level, the soil, etc. And they are seeking refuge. They came to the wrong fucking house. Because everybody in this house currently, my dad, stepmother, and until Sunday, or maybe longer, we don't know yet, my uncle, who is afraid of ants, hates them, we all kill them on sight. And I'll kill them in humane or very twisted ways. Because they don't belong here. Now that I've properly bored you all for approximately, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, 14 minutes. Let's finally get into this game. Beautiful game, beautiful music. Love this game. There's some tracks in the game that I will be, you know, reluctant to, like not a big fan. You know, it happens. Always will. It's just one of those things, like, oh, I don't like this music. I think I can't remember the exact name of the places, but just trust and believe when I say this. There's some that I just cannot stand. I hate some of the songs that they have in this game. And, you know, it's not any, you know, BS or stupid reason or any of that. It's just, you know, some shit's annoying. You don't really want to hear it. And as I am playing this game, I also have, oh, what's it called? Shit, I physically cannot remember what I was going to say. I also have Raider Origins on my phone pulled up. You know, we're gonna be playing that some too, because it's a good game, really good game. I actually really like this game. And on top of all of that, it's again just one of those really fun ass games. You know, you play it and it's just a fun game. You waste so much time playing it. That was the biggest problem. Honestly, if I didn't waste as much time playing this game, I'd probably be starting this one. back on PC, there was a achievement for completing this game within a certain hour, like certain hours. I think it was like complete the game in 4 hours for one of the main achievements. On PlayStation, that is no longer an achievement. You know, all this game has, they actually throw in the DLCs as achievements as well. Also, pay very close attention to the amount of detail, just the beauty in this game. So, Team Cherry, the guys who made this, they, if memory serves, are a small production group. So, the animations, the character movements, all the stuff that they've put in this game is amazing. And here we see the vessel. This little adorable thing is what we play as. As you saw, he just jumped off a cliff. But trust me, that's nothing. No fall damage. Now, it's gonna take a bit of time. Okay, I can still kinda use Binding of Isaac based everything in here. I don't have to use the directional buttons. All the other buttons, this is gonna be much better on controller than on anything else. Says the guy who physically just jumped onto an enemy that can only hit you by contact. I'll leave these things up on the screen so y'all can read them for a minute. You know, some of these are lore, some of these are just basic game knowledge. I strongly advise, unless you've played the game, I don't know if, you know, if you ignore those, I don't know if, you know, it's supposed to be early game tips, so I'm not sure if ignoring them, you know, get to continue, you know, you can actually use said tips in game or not. I don't know. So any of those little tablets, oh shit, any of those little tablets I will be reading at the start, you know, in case it tells me, oh, by the way, there's something you need to know. Also, destroy these anytime you see them. A little bit of bonus HP never hurt anybody. Also, try not to jump off into the spikes like a dumbass like I did. blah blah, cursed town, blah blah blah, weird shit, blah blah blah, bug souls. I know somebody's gonna put a comment saying, "It's not even a Souls-like game, don't fucking say that." I know it's not, so I'm trying to make the joke. I actually enjoy this game a lot. You know, I love the story of it, I love the lore, everything about this game I love. The challenge of certain bosses, especially if you don't upgrade your shit in time, it's amazing. It's a fun game. You know, I will strongly recommend this game to anybody who's in the mood to play a fun and challenging game.
Odola, Nato.
Also, benches are basically your campfires. I'm gonna keep making Dark Souls references until somebody bitches me out. Well, down we go. Now, I don't know if they did this for the console version, but break that. Can we go back up? And if we drop right back down, you repaired the sign. Shittily, but you repaired it. Unfortunately, that is a one-time thing. He doesn't show up every time, and it's only for that one sign. It's not any other sign. Also, for anybody who is willing to play this game or attempt to play it or whatever, there is a little method to farming the currency early on, but if you're not like a great game, I would highly recommend not doing it, because it's basically like a little, you know, pre-game boss, if you will. And of course, my dumbass is gonna go straight to it. You can enter here. You won't have to worry about it until later on in the story. This is... we can meet our friend here. Now, pay attention to that mask on his head. You got a good look at it? Good. Look at that mask symbol on the bottom left, right there. You know, of that pyramid, look at the bottom left. You can just vaguely see it. If you can't see it, well, I'm not going to outright spoil it. I'm just giving you that little tidbit of info. Now, as far as what language these insects are speaking, I've got no idea. know, it could just be an actual, you know, it could be an actual language. It could just be random sounds that the developers threw in. Either way, it's pretty fucking good. Now again, it's been a while since I played this game, so I don't remember jack shit in terms of where everything is. So it's gonna be a while until I remember all that. Once I start playing again and start exploring the area, I'm sure I'll remember it. But for now, you know, slow, basic start. You can't go in there yet. Eventually I'll start remembering everything about this game, but it's gonna take some time. There are some things that I can actually recall immediately, and I'll straight up say, like, oh yeah, this is blah, you can do this, 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 but you can't get to here until later in the story. The game changes as you progress. Kind of like a Souls game, if you will. How what you remember early game doesn't, you know, always, early game doesn't match up to end game. It's actually pretty different. Like, for example, you would see a room like this and go, oh, just walk through the doorway. Nope. Doorways don't exist. Now, I'm actually running out of stuff to say about this game already. That's upsetting. As far as the knockback with the attacks, I think that gets replaced early on. Majority of the enemies you face have very easy to understand attacks. You know, hold circle on PlayStation, the corresponding button for Xbox. I don't remember the button layouts, but it's that one next to your main jump / interact button. You know, that one. Now, you can attack in all directions. If you really want to cheese something, just bounce on its head a few times. If you want to keep an enemy that's above you away from you, just hold up, keep swinging. For anybody who's like, yeah, you can't get there until you get like the double jump or the wall jump, or yeah, you need like the either in-air dash or the double jump feature, which double jump you don't get until much later in the game. Or, you know, you can kind of cheese your way through it by taking shortcuts here and there. I'm not doing that. All I'm doing currently is just trying to get as much coin as I can early on. Try not to die. I do believe the map guy is down here, so should be able to get the map from him immediately. And you know he's always close because he's always humming. Now, what was your fucking name again? For 30 of the little bug things. Okay, sure. That works for me. Maps are very helpful in this game. I strongly recommend that you get stuff like these. And seriously, what the hell is this guy's name? I don't remember his name, fuck it. Honestly, I don't think the names for various NPCs matter too much. Ooh, perfect. Yes, I keep looking at my phone because people are blowing it up still, despite it being this fucking late. When you're an admin in multiple chats on Discord, you will understand why I say people are blowing up my phone. Ah, fuck. Little mini-boss, if you will. Nothing too special. Just a variation of a flying ad that can shoot out a projectile. Pretty easy until late game when they technically get a harder version of them and they're annoying as shit. Try to keep your health bar topped up, by the way. Comes in handy. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, why do you just waste your time on getting those really tiny ass things? There's just one. And here we have the hot springs. Hot springs act as natural, I guess you could say, flask restoration. Fills up your soul gauge there in the top corner. There's typically a bench next to them. There is some points in the game where you will find a broken bench. Broken benches, as the name implies, are broken. You cannot use them. Or later in the green path area, which green path is... Okay, this is one of those areas that you can go through if you want to. But the majority of the time, new game players are probably just going to ignore this area as a whole. Honestly, I would be ignoring it too. Oh, fuck. But I'm just going through it for whatever I can. Now, the enemy bunny hopping strategy that I was saying earlier, I did forget you're gonna want to learn how to do that pretty quickly, because there are parts in the game where you need to learn to bunny hop off enemies. Now, on a laptop with shitty, frame per second, yeah, trust me when I say this, bunny hopping was the hardest thing for me to do. And I know somebody out there is probably laughing their ass off like, oh, how could you fuck that up? Believe it or not, it's not as hard as you think to fuck that up. If it wasn't for a PC problem with the laptop I had and how shitty it was, the game didn't run very well, so it was very hit or miss. The button commands would take a few seconds to kick, so it would be a delay. Again, normally it's no big deal. Just top off my shit. And let's open up the fast travel. Here we have the old, aka lone, stag beetle. Look at him. He's huge. And he's adorable. For a giant stag beetle. It is what it is. So, he's got some background, some story. There's a bit of lore to him as well. So, you know, just... There is another fast travel spot, so, you know, you can kind of go back and forth between them. I'm going to go ahead and open up this one. It's one of those, you have to open it up before you can use it things. Thank you, Stag. Go up here. Flip switch. Door opens. Go back down. Good God, the amount of grunts that thing makes. Ugh. Freaky. But yeah, until, you know, later in game, most of these ads that you can kill are going to be so easy to deal with. Manipulate their movement to better, you know, better progress. Easy killing them for quick early money. Strongly, this is just one of those little recommendations, if you will. Don't think you're immortal. If you're in an unfamiliar area and you're thinking you can do whatever, be smart. Don't be stupid. You know, if an area looks challenging, if you don't know what's coming up, if you're a bit nervous, you know, take a bit of caution while you're playing. Simple. Now we do that up. Go through this little pathway here, go who knows wherever the... We are not going through here. I cannot see shit. So... did we go through here? Ah. Here we have one of the most annoying ass ads for early game. Those little fuckers have shields, and yeah, you can practice your bunny hops on them, but what you really want to do is try to bait their attacks. When they start swinging, swing down on their heads. When they... Okay... I do remember you can get to that without the dash. However, it is a challenging little tricky jump system here. You gotta jump just high enough to get through that bottom one without hitting it. Then you... feels fucking weird as hell going from damn near every unlock to absolutely no unlocks. It's that lack of power that nobody wanted. And sometimes, again, your attack speed is not perfect. It is on a delay. You have to keep that in mind. So, if you play this game and, you know, you miss an attack by X number of seconds, and you're going, why the hell did that not hit him? I hit the button. Well, huh. I took the hidden route towards the first boss. here we go on boss 1. So, this is just one of those, as it stands, it's boss 1. You know, it's supposed to be sporadic, almost like, you know, you want to focus. Don't try to bomb rush it like I did. Even though bomb rushing it is kind of a better way for it, because you can just kill it easy. Now, there's a reason why it was called the Gruz Mother, and you're about to find out here in 3, 2, now. Eventually I'm gonna get a editor for all my shit, but I would love nothing more than to have somebody edit in that one scene from Confinement Episode 2, where, fuck. How the hell did I forget his name? Connor. Where Connor is turned into a tree stump, and it's the whole, you know, music player. I don't remember that SCP specifically. It's the one that plays a song and you turn into a tree. Weird little SCP there. But can somebody find a clip of when he has those creatures behind him and there's a more aggressive one in front of me? He's basically just yelling out, I won't let you take my babies. And he just chucks one at it. Somebody just put that in the game, because that shit belongs there. And here's an NPC, you just gotta talk to him, he snaps out of his shit. This is the Merchant Sly. He's very annoying, has more lore in the back of his game. Now, you can buy stuff from him once you get past all this. I don't think you can't buy anything yet. And, you know, you really want to get some shit going. There's another thing you need the wall jump or something to get to. That NPC is responsible for, I'd like to say, one of the trophies in the end game. Now again, we came from up here. Originally, from every other player I've seen, they've come from the side. Now, I cannot see that little hole down there. There may come a time where, you know, there's a blatantly obvious hole in the game and I just can't see it. Currently, PlayStation is blocking the bottom side of the screen, so I can miss things quite easily. Yeah, it was food science back when I didn't even have to take the class. I was originally I signed up for that class because it was a science credit for our school. Food science has since been canceled from schools, you know, choices of classes and stuff you can take, so don't even... if your school still has it, I congratulate you because it is a very fun class. I strongly recommend you take it. Because not only do you learn to cook, you learn basic stuff about food, the ingredients you put in while you're cooking. You know, it's a very informative class, and you know, with classes like that, you kind of need them. Now, here's another one of those, you know, you don't get here until later. If I open up the map, and can we zoom in here? Okay, you can zoom out, but you can't zoom in. So, where we currently are, this map updates to the places you have been. Now, if you remember, up there you have the what's it called? That giant building, the Black Egg. That's what that thing is up there in that little dome in the top middle. that little thing there that looks like a skull of sorts, or one of the masks. I don't remember what that is. It has a part later in game, but I can't go there yet. As far as this first part goes, there's a few more branches off in that long cylinder-esque pathway there. A couple of side paths I can take. Just got to get to them again. Also, just checking my phone again. Always gotta go through the stuff on this thing. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The startup to this game is very, it's a slow start type of deal. You're going through it slow as all get out at first, and you're like, oh, I wonder when the game's gonna pick up. Well, surprisingly enough, the game does actually pick up relatively quick, as long as you're not trying to just skip everything. Yeah, there's speedrunners who have beaten this game in a matter of, few hours. I think the world record for this game stands at like, an hour and a half. And as much as I'd love to kind of get in that record, I don't quite think I'm going to. I mean, I'm all for setting records and all that fun jazz, but there's really no point in doing that. Or at least not in my honest opinion, there's no point. Okay, timing is off. Timing is way off. It was worth it for the money. Not at all. It was not worth it at all. I know a lot of people who play games like this and are like, oh yeah, going straight to a place that instantly damages you for fucking in-game currency is a great idea. Very far from accurate. What you're gonna learn about that NPC we saved a while back, Sly, the little fucker. What you're gonna learn about him real quick. He upsells shit. The things you can buy from him are so overpriced. Fuck. Ha, there you are, you little fucking bastard. Come here. Ah. I swear that's a bit of irony. Playing a game about bugs, and the current insect problem rises again. Compared to the amount of these things I saw in the kitchen earlier, I'm fine seeing like 3 to 4 in here. They're not nearly as bad as what I had to deal with in the kitchen. Now, you can easily, ignore going back to the original starting location. Dirtmouth is what that area is called, a little peaceful town. You can ignore going back there. All you can really do there now is you can go to the map maker's hut, speak to his wife and set up like a couple of charms, some other stuff, or you can pay Sly a visit and buy some of his expensive ass wares. To which I would just, again, I tell you straight up, hey, don't even bother with his shit. Ignore it. Back to hot springs. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up my stuff while I'm in here. You can either fill it by doing that, or you can fill it by... shit. You can fill up everything quite well by doing, you know, miscellaneous this, or that. And, you know, it's worth the time and effort, I suppose, if you really gave a shit. But it isn't always worth doing that. It's just sorta. Now, my biggest problem when playing this game is trying to figure out where everything fucking is after you've gone so far down the fucking tunnel. Though it's that Metroidvania style type of game, you know, path A leads to destination B, and oh, I'm gonna pretend we didn't just do that. And again, you can try talking to him, he's not gonna have anything for you. Go this way. And as you can see in the background, we got more of those giant worm things. You know, this is one of those areas where you can practice the bunny hop, as I'm calling it. It's not what it's called, by the way. You know, I would say this is more of a situational awareness. It's really not. And here we got the poison water. This shit's just annoying. Yeah, it is as it is. It's like touching spikes. You're gonna die if you go through it. So don't touch the green bubbly water. Now, if you come to me and you say, "How do you know where these things are?" Again, I've played this game before on PC. I've played it on Switch. There's just certain things I haven't done. So I'm basically remembering this shit as I'm playing it right now. Also, to the person who tuned in a few moments ago, despite my PlayStation showing it up, I do know that you have probably been here for longer, because there is an 8-second delay. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Can't go this way. Why? We have this asshole who, if you try to attack him, he shields himself. So, there's another one of those little, you know, early game places you gotta go first. And if I can remember where said early game place is, I can progress through this a lot faster. I just gotta remember where the fuck it is. Back in this little tunnel pathway. have a feeling that there's something up here I shouldn't be running towards just yet, but I don't care about it. Now, if I remember where that big tanky enemy is that you can farm, yeah, here he is, this guy. All you gotta do to really farm this guy is just, you know, kill him, pick up the money. I'm not going to. That's time wasting. Trying to kill that guy on a slow laptop is... it's painful. It is just painful as hell, both to sit through and to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and go back up to town and just get that shit cleared away. As you can see, we're back at that thing. We don't need to be here yet. We don't even have to worry about that building until the end of the game, really. Check the phone to see if anybody else has been bitching me out. Nope. Alright. Looks like the Discord chats have finally gone silent. Hell, I might be able to tackle the second boss early on as well, because that's also a pretty easy fight. If only I can remember. And here we are. Woo, money. Thank you, sir. You can pause the video as I'm walking through all this to count up all these little holes. Feel free to do so. That's how many grubs are in the game. Have fun getting them all. It is not worth it. If you're going for the 100 completions, then, you know, it is worth it, but otherwise, just don't. Now, I just need to remember where... I'm sure that skull that was on the map was where the first boss is. I just gotta remember how to get to him is the problem. Now, let's see here. So we are currently in that one little stretch there. If I was to go to final boss, I need to go... Is that room down, over, down again, mostly down, and then... Ugh. You know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I didn't want to do. We are going to bullshit, but first, I'm gonna check the graveyard. It is completely empty. We don't have a key. that is another thing. In this game, there are approximately, I don't know the exact number of it, but there are locked areas in the game, and every locked door has a key to do it.
Papa nada.
Now, we got the compass. What this is used for is, I think, it even says it on there, so I'm not even going to just do something stupid. It pinpoints where you are. This is something very helpful. You have the quill. It's essential for anyone who's doing mapping and shit. I think this is, it's updating the map as you go. So, these two go hand in hand. When you start, you really want to use them. Bench locations, those extra health pod areas, vendor map pins, they show up, stagway pins, hot spring pins, and you got these two things. I don't know what these things do. Oh, these are what you use to mark specific spots on your map. But for now, we're just going to get the compass. And since that canceled out, we're also going to buy the quill. This leaves us with 298 coin. Now if we go pay Sly a visit, who should be right here? Yeah, there he is. Now you can see just how overpriced he sells his shit. You have mask shards. These are used to give you more health. You need 4 of them. You have vessel fragments, used to give you an extra charge for energy. Takes 3 of them. Gathering Swarm. This is what I wanted to get. This will collect the coins for you, so you don't have to. Also, if you want to export that dark area, you need this, unfortunately. What that does is it basically highlights what you need to know. Best way of saying it is it just does what it does. This one, I don't know what the, So, yeah, there's a simple key. This is the first simple key of the game you can buy. Again, I wouldn't recommend it. I would strongly advise, like, you know, getting Gathering Swarm so you can not have to worry about picking up all the money. Then, secondly, going for the lantern. But this asshole is always, like, overpricing shit. A little dirtbag character, if you ask me. You know, all characters are important. They all play a vital role in the game or whatever. Now, if we open up our maps, you can see that there is a lot more in there. More detail. Everything's basically flooded out. The places you've gone, they are solid. The places you haven't gone, not as solid. So, that little path in the middle of the area, that's the first boss. That is our next checkpoint. That is what we're going to go kill. Oh yeah, double tap the walk button and start running, sprinting, whatever you want to call it. So we need to go this way. I think I will kill that one guy again for the money. Actually, no, I don't have to. No. was not paying attention to just how much I needed. But as I said, we're just going to go buy that Gathering Swarm thing. We're going to put the, I don't know how many notches we have currently. I forgot how much the game gives you. I think it gives you 3 at the start, and then, you know, you get more as you play. No. Get that. Back out of here. Need to go to... Yeah, you get 3 of them. So both of these are 1 and 1. You need to be at a bench. I did find that a little stupid how you had to be at a bench to equip charms. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, if we go to our map, we show up. It lets you know exactly where you are on the map at all times. This is, I see this as a very helpful item to figure out where you are if you need to get to a certain part on the map. Also, notice how the coins are coming straight to me. Gathering Swarm is a bit of a crutch, if you will, but it's also, in my opinion, it's something that's very helpful. And in a game like this, you need the help. Now, I won't be holding on to that charm forever. I'm going to be replacing it later on. But for now, we're going to keep it. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go say hi to Beefy Boy again. Yo, Beefy, how you doing? Shit, you bastard. Oop. Thanks for 45 coin. Now, we just need to go to the next room over, which is this way. And we need to go down. I forgot, since we opened that up, we just need to keep going down a little bit more. Not that way. This way. As I said, the first boss is relatively easy if you ask me. Shit, I forgot Beefy could do that. Also, he hits like a truck. But you can be a big bag and just cheese them. Go ahead and get myself to full health. Music stops, dramatic pause, check, 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 big ol' open area. I smell a boss fight, but not just any boss fight. I smell boss fight of something that is not what it is. I've said it once, Hollow Knight has lore to it. And part of the lore with this... Huh. Is the boss not going to show up? Oh, that was easy. There he is. Now, this is the false knight. This is really a fake. He's wearing the shell of an actual knight, like an idiot. A thief, if you will. Now, as I said, he's a pretty easy boss to kill, as long as you pay attention to what he does. He choreographs his attacks pretty well. It is going to follow the rule 2 out of 3 thing. Him raging here in the middle again is going to be kind of funny. So I'm just going to Now that was the end of the boss fight. He physically will not move after you beat the shit out of him again. City Crest, that gets us into... There's something about the weapon, I just can't remember. Oh, there it goes. It's actually a bug all its own. Now, it doesn't hurt you or anything. It's just a little funny Easter egg. Most of the time when you kill off a boss, you don't want to stick around to see what happens. Now, City Crest, I believe, is what you use for, you know, it's another part of the game, you know. Oh, and here we go. This is the part we needed to go to.
Aha, mana tu? وين ميا؟
Now, what he was saying is, if you remember when I was going to that moss-filled area, there was an enemy type that would ignore damage if you get too close to it. Well, the ability that we had just gotten, Vengeful Spirit, is the ability you need to technically just whoop its ass. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up one. I'll heal up one and lose it immediately. And that's what that does. Come on, shoot one of your fucking kids at me. This can be really good if you're focusing on using your abilities. Unfortunately, I am not going to be focusing on using my abilities just yet. Quite honestly, I don't think I ever will be. So we check here. I really wish we could zoom in further, but we can't. Moving on. Cornifer, that was his name. I still have to remember. Yeah, we have to go into Green Path now. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that. Let me be the first to tell you. Going into Green Path now isn't bad. It's actually part of what the game wants you to do, but it's just annoying. Moving on. Jump over here. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Spit your kid at me. Christ, your child is an asshole. This is why I said I hate Green Path. The acid is prevalent here. Ah, there's Hornet. even though she kind of knows it, she doesn't really like us. She doesn't, well, I'd like to say she doesn't know why, but she is very well aware. The hunter should be nearby.
Make him no coochie.
One of those little grubs is nearby. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get to it yet. Now I can. Yeah, another little PC achievement thing was beating the game on Silver Soul mode, which, again, I'm glad it's not in the PlayStation version, because that is a very difficult playthrough, and you know, if you can do it, congratulations. Some people can't, myself included. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest here. If and when I get to a Hornet fight, I'm probably gonna die a few times. I'll be the first person to say it. I'll even laugh at myself for it a few times. I might rage. I'm not going to guarantee anything. But it is almost a guarantee that I will be dying a few times there. The problem with the Hornet fight is, she is very... what's the word? Well... very vengeful. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe it's a good idea to look at the map. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I know we got the Mantis Lords fight somewhere along here, but we also have some other shit that we have to do. Now, the Mantis Lords fight can go one of two ways. You can either fight them at the start of all this shit, you know, and get the respective item from finishing their fight, which isn't an item, it's actually more of a sign of approval. You can do that, or, and this is a pretty heavy or, you can sneak in to the Mantis village, steal a wall climb ability, and I use the term steal with a very heavy heart. Because that's all you do. You order just go in there, sneak around a bit, take the ability, and haul ass. Where's this gonna take me? I have no idea. The hunter.
Möts pour babis.
He literally just hacked up a journal. I don't hate the hunter. He's actually one of the more entertaining characters, if you will. Even though he doesn't have very much dialogue, or anything for that matter, he's a fun character. Because let's be honest, what's the main thing you're gonna do in this game? You're gonna kill. Now, I'm planning on doing as long of a stream as possible, so in order to not pass out or get tired or whatever, what I'm going to do is every so often I'm going to take small little breaks so I can walk around, kind of keep myself awake. We are going to take one of said breaks now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my phone cord, plug my phone in, because it definitely needs to be plugged in. And from there, well, yeah.
Giuro, Noctuba.
Bakala, man?
Patmos, Jill.
Papa nada.
Mi chiaro.